life though.
Oh yeah, totally. Tell me something on TV that's not.
I think actually it's funny. I think of like the whole real life thing. It's like there's an episode when Ray is in Sweden in winter, and he's at the little cabin, and I think he does the scrimshaw and does the he makes the puku handle on his knife. Pretty sick. And he shows Britt Marie's work on her work, the scrimshaw and everything. Insane. Anyway, so he's ice fishing, and so yeah, so he's ice fishing, and I think he puts in like, I don't know how many lines, holes, 5 or 6, and he gets a fish in every single one, so they check it. And it's great, because it's like, maybe the second to last one, he's like, wow, he's like, it doesn't usually work like this, like, you don't usually catch a fish in every hole like that, you know, like.
Not at all, man. I wish that was the case.
I was so happy he said that, because that's real, you know.
I would go ice fishing all the time. I would quit my job and go ice fishing all the time if that was the case. Unfortunately, it's not.
Yep. He's like, it doesn't usually happen this way. I'll tell you, 5 holes, 5 fish, or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's cool.
You want to snag some of that water for tea before I dump coffee grounds in it?
Yep.
There's plenty of water there.
For sure.
It's starting to, you got a low rolling boil. I don't know how hot you like your tea, but.
Perfect. I like that two-tone though.
Yeah, it's nice.
Hold it up a sec.
Walnut toggles.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, cool little Sammy coffee bag.
Yeah. Very cool. I'm sure you've seen this. This is my pot.
Tokes.
Yeah.
It's a cool pot. This is the my last carving project. I did knock this out fast for. I was going on a trip, but I want a coffee scoop.
Yeah,
I purposely threw it in the bag with the coffee so it gets nice and stained up. You know?
Absolutely. Nice, perfect scoop, man.
It's a tablespoon, I think. I just like I'll get the bowl approximate to a scoop that I have at home, and then put like sugar in it and dump it in the bowl until I have exactly like a tablespoon. That's awesome. Yeah, it's good to know.
Yep. It's gotta be right. I'm the same way with spoons, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna use it to measure things, so why wouldn't I, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I want it to be the right size, things like that. I don't just carve it so it looks good.
You want more of a boil than that? That's probably what I'd call good for steeping tea, but if you want it heavier, then I'll throw the lid back on for a few seconds.
That's okay. I'm dumping in. Just give me whatever you feel like giving me.
I got plenty of water, man. You tell me when. I don't know, use the tea bags here, bro.
Go ahead. That's good. Cool. Using something else I got an idea from Ray as well, actually. Probably bought it from his website. Years ago I was like so into Ray that I bought his knife, even though it was $450, waited, you know, forever for it and everything, whatever. Anyways, this is the Crusader mug.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to fit on one of those, the English kind of canteen style.
Like they're, yeah.
Plastic ones?
Yeah, totally. It's a Crusader mug.
Right on.
It's bigger than ours. Yeah. And it's so cool because actually the USGI cup will actually nest right into the middle of it. Inside,
oh, really?
So they fit together.
Nice.
And then I can take our metal canteens or our plastic canteens and put it inside there and still get the second cup and don't take up any extra space. It's pretty cool. But, yep.
This is one of those Swedish.
I don't know if I'm even in frame, but there it is, Crusader cup. Like,
it's
whatever, dude. What do you got there?
Power editing. Yeah, this is the original one to this was plastic, but had a actual cork top to it.
Wow.
In an aluminum cup, but
cork top.
Yeah, I was looking for one that just had a regular top, but they actually issued these for gas masks.
Wow.
you'd use this and then put the water in the gas mask would do something with the filter. I'm not sure.
Crazy. You guys like gear, right? There you go. You heard the description. It's a nice little cup.
Yeah, man. It clips in. You gotta yank it. It's got a good retention there because the bottle's got little knobs on it. So
oh yeah, look at that.
And what I like about it is I think I bought 2 of them for like $9. I take 2 cups and I'll put one on the bottom, and that cup upside down fits on the top.
Yep. That's a cool design.
Closed up package. Yeah, it's nice.
Here's my my Crusader cup. I was just talking to you guys about. European. Is this the cup that the UN uses in their military? I think maybe I read that once. This is like the UN military cup. But yeah, the USGI, the US cup will fit right inside of it. It's the right size for me. It's a great cup.
It's a bummer you're not drinking coffee right now. I get this shipped to me once every 6 months from Hawaii.
Yeah.
When I was in Hawaii, we were staying at this woman's house. It's like a little bungalow, and her husband worked for. Her husband was a pilot, so he was always flying. She was never home, so she would always come over and talk to us the whole time we were there. Yeah. And she's like, you know, I know there are a lot of coffee farms in Kona, but you got to go to this one. They only sell to people in Hawaii. They don't ship. So we went, and it was like probably the best coffee I ever had. So we were talking about it, like, that was amazing. It's a bummer we can't take it with us. Yeah. And like 2 or 3 months pass, we go home and we get a bag, and we've got a bag from her every month for the last, or every 6 months for the last 2 years now.
Wow.
So we send her a Christmas card and a little present every Christmas. You know, it's kind of a cool connection to make. But
well, I'm not. I gave up caffeine a month ago.
Yeah, that's good though. You know.
Very addicted.
How many cups a day?
Like for real. Well, I would drink 2 of that. For that line, it's a half liter.
Yep.
So I would drink easily 1 liter a day.
Jeez. And
I would put 4, usually 3 was the average. 3 heaping tablespoons of grinds for that amount, which is like usually like for a pot. So I'd have like 2 pots of caffeine a day, basically worth. Drinking 2 pots a day.
You'd be surprised how many people that sit desks away from me that do that.
But yeah, I don't know.
If I have more than 3 cups, I'm like,
dude.
huh?
I don't know if they're. Well, whatever. I might be very sensitive to it, but
yeah.
It was so bad that it was a real drug to me.
No way.
Like I would base my schedule and my life around it. It's like, oh, we're gonna go to so and so's like for this holiday. I'd be like, well, what time? Oh, we need to be there. I'm like, well, I mean, I'm having my coffee at 9, so like we're not gonna leave. You know, but then I also have my second cup at 12. Like, can we get there like 1:30? You know, because I don't want to make coffee at somebody else's house because I can't. Because like it won't be right unless I bring all my stuff, my coffee, the exact pot I use, exact cup. Because if it's not right, I have like a migraine that shuts me down.
What?
I can't even function. Dude, the day I quit, I literally was in bed like I was dying of like bubonic plague or something the whole day. Just in bed like pounding death out of my head, unable to move, so weak I couldn't roll over. It was bad, dude. It was like I was getting off heroin or something. Dude, it was like 16 hours in bed. And then the next day I was only at like 10-20% of my ability. And then the next day I was at like 60%. And it took a good 4 or 5 days for the headache to go away. But that first day that was real bad.
Jesus, man.
It's serious. So
I can go days without having
man.
coffee, but I do get a little bit of a headache.
No, I have to have it by a certain hour. You know?
Yeah.
And then when I sleep, like I want to have a cup. Like I would like to wake up at 2 or 3 and have a cup, because it's too long in between my last cup around say 2 o'clock in the afternoon till like 9 o'clock the next day. It's too many hours.
Yeah, it's a drug addiction.
And so
that's a drug addiction.
I would want to wake up, like I'd wake up with a headache because I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm like, oh, I should have, you know. And then that's when I was like, if I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night to go make a cup of coffee just so I can go back to sleep because I'm in too much pain from not having it, I'm like, that's bad. That's like really bad. So, yeah. Jeez, I don't even know, to be honest, I don't even know if I even want to even taste that coffee.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if I can handle it because I have coffee at my house and
Yeah, don't
I might get back into it, man. I know it's kind of like surprising to talk about coffee that way, but it's a
the
real
most addictive drug in the world.
It's a real drug, dude. Yeah. I mean, just try to quit coffee. Like, people are like, oh, dude, no big deal. I mean, I have my cup every day, but okay, well then try to really quit forever. See what happens.
No, I definitely have gone like months. Like, that's why I always have tea in my bag too, because sometimes I'll always have a bag, my pack ready to go for the most part for like a day or two.
Yeah.
If we're sleeping here tonight, it'd be good to go. I'd have to go back to the car and grab my sleeping bag, but
yeah.
I have tea and caffeine for that reason.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Because for 2 weeks, I'll just stop drinking coffee.
Wow. Yeah.
Because it's like, but what kills me is when I'm at my. Honestly, I get.
You're not that addicted. Then.
I get the adverse effects where if I drink too much, then I get headaches. Then it's like, because it's a diuretic, you're dehydrated.
Oh, really?
Then I'll get headaches because I had 3 cups, 4 cups at work.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I never had ill things like that I could think of.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
It was serious, dude. It was bad. Really bad. I had to make a lifestyle change and cut coffee out of my life.
Yeah. For the better, though.
Yeah, big time.
And you have 2 kids, man. You have a newborn. Are you kidding me? How many parents do you think live with a newborn without living on caffeine, man?
Yep.
Basically, like psychological torture, you know. Having to wake up to a baby. You don't sleep any more than 2 or 3 hours. You must not. Someone in that house is up taking care of that kid.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
You're good parents, dude.
Doing our best, man. Yeah, so there's no sugar in here. I quit sugar too, and that's another big addictive thing. So I quit both at the same time. And I think maybe my addiction was like, you know, a percentage of each.
Oh, see, I think that's to sugar and coffee. Maybe that there's a relationship there, because my girlfriend will get really bad headaches if she's not drinking. Oh, watch me! You get my bottle right behind me.
Oh crap! Sorry.
It's closed anyway. I just don't want to fall into it or something. Like my girlfriend will get really bad headaches if she doesn't drink coffee, but she had coffee with a lot of milk and sugar. I've always drank my coffee black.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I would make my coffee so strong it was like poisonous, and so like you can't drink it. It's dangerous.
Right.
Without, you know, I would put it to the line, which is about 3/4 of the way up, and all the rest, the last 25%, was just half and half, just to make it so it was like a dark khaki, because it was so strong that to make it light, like at Dunkin' Donuts, the light would be like at least 50% cream.
Yeah.
To get it that light. But then it's gross. It's too creamy, you know.
Yeah.
But
milk with a shot of coffee.
Yeah. But not really, because that coffee is so strong that.
Yeah.
So whatever. So it's kind of an interesting dichotomy there, but I would make it so strong that I had to put a ton of cream, and I had to put a ridiculous amount of sugar. Like I would just pour the bag in every day, and so it was like a mountain about 2.5, 3 inches tall that would reach the sides of the cup on the inside. You know, so a good quarter of it was cream, a good quarter of it was sugar, and the rest was coffee. And I filled up the whole mug, and I drink 2 to 3 a day. It's pretty intense, dude.
Yeah, it is. That's bad.
It's bad.
Not a good thing.
Not a good thing. So I kicked that habit. Now I haven't had any sugar at all for a month. I haven't had any caffeine. I haven't had any wheat kind of stuff. No cereal, nothing like that.
I mean, it's a lot of sugar in bread too.
Yep. I haven't had any bread. Haven't had anything like that. It's pretty cool, man. I'll never forget. Maybe 5 days, 6 days after I stopped drinking coffee, I woke up and I felt light. There was no thickness like in my skin, no thickness in my brain. I felt more agile instantly. I woke up and was like, wow, this is what I felt like before.
Mind clarity.
Everything, even my body. Like I didn't feel as sluggish.
Especially wheat will.
I felt 5 years younger. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like 5 years younger. Yeah. And my mood has been really good. I don't get cranky as much, and the swings with all that sugar and not and everything else, caffeine and not and all that. I'm like way more stable now. great. I got so much more energy than I used to. You wouldn't think so. It's like, oh man, I need my energy, I need my coffee. But like any other spike of
it's just
something,
adrenal energy, you know. Coffee and sugar is just adrenal energy. It's not really sustained, you know,
right.
Carbohydrates. You know?
Now I just eat meat and vegetables. So my brain had to get used to making its own sugar, and like I'll have one orange a day, or one banana a day, and that's the only sugar I get. It's been amazing.
Right on.
Dude, it was crazy, man. I was like peeing brown for a while.
Yeah.
My body was just getting rid of stuff. Bad stuff. Like my intestines and my liver and whatever were just unhealthy, man, from everything I was doing before. Craziness. Oh, hey, here's a new spoon I carved. I know we're talking about funny, great things, right? Get off the coffee. That's not good for you. It's poison. All right, here's a new spoon I carved. I have a book that I decided to buy. I had seen it for years. That I'll try to get you in the light so you guys can see. Spoon, where is it? That I was hanging out with Shane, who is a very accomplished carver, and so anyways, he told me about this book, Swedish Carving Techniques, that I had known about for a while. I've seen it around, but I never bought it. And so he had one, and I had bought one just before, because we always talk about it, and we always carve spoons together at rendezvous and stuff. And so yeah, the spoon wouldn't be possible without that book. Really good book. Taught me a lot. There's some coal rosing. This is done the old way, just like in the Cooksa video that I did. Hopefully you guys saw that short film. Try to get that to focus for you. There you go. So I carved that with my knife, and then filled it up with birch bark powder. It's like the Sami people, northern Sweden. Yep, there's my new spoon. Alright, make some soup. Get a bouillon cube. This is homemade chicken soup my wife made. Epic. Bought chicken thighs and everything, broke them all down. She rocks. Titanium 2-quart pot. Now we found my tripod. You're gonna love this. We found another camp nearby, and guess who had my tripod? And guess who must have left the trash in my wiki up? Thanks guys, whoever you are, for stealing my tripod and putting trash in my shelter. Well, I've now taken my tripod back, and hopefully they'll leave it alone. My lid's kind of not okay right now. I don't know what's going on here. It's acting kind of weird.
I love that little slot on the top there to keep that tab up.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, you move it over. It's cool. My lid's not very tight right now. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe
maybe my
this
pot
got a little warm with the chicken soup.
Maybe I don't think so.
Tweaked a little bit. Maybe?
No, maybe the. I think maybe in my rock or something it got bent, or I don't know what's going on. It's acting weird. Whatever. If gear can't hang with me, then I get rid of it. So we'll see if I still have it. You know, by next year. That's when I buy new gear, guys. By the way, I'm not like a gear purchase dude. Yeah, I don't collect gear, man. Like, if something isn't able to hang, like, I buy new pants when the holes in these get too big, and these are pretty much at that point. That's just how it is. I only buy what I need when I need it, and if something falls short and it's breaking on me and it's not able to hang anymore, It's already lost its effectiveness. You use it for 2 seasons or something. Like I got a tarp by Equinox, ultralight. I used to be all into ultralight stuff. I had an ultralight tarp. The thing was amazing. I used it for, I don't know, 4 years straight, and the thing is toast. It's garbage now. And so I bought a new tarp. You know, that's why, because I needed one. And that's kind of how I do everything. I only buy stuff when I need it. You know, if what I have is kind of junk. I'm not like, oh my god, the new model of XYZ, I need it. Not me. I'm the opposite. I like used old things. I love going to surplus stores and stuff. You know?
Speaking of the new model, this isn't a new model of anything. This isn't actually a production knife. This is a custom knife. I designed this.
You designed this?
I designed it.
Come on, I just heard about it now?
Yep.
What is this?
Yeah, sorry. Small custom maker in England makes one knife at a time. RWL34, it's the only steel that he uses.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted like a Kephart style knife that's a little more stout. All my knives are 3/32. So I was like, man, I need something thicker.
Yep.
You know, should I just pick something off Adventure Sports website? Should I call someone else about it? And I saw this guy's work on Instagram, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to this guy and see just how far he'll go. Because some of the smaller makers that do knives one knife at a time, well, they're all custom anyway, right? They all start from a paper template, and I drew this up, the handle transition, and you know, I didn't want you know, pointy bird's beak for a chest lever because the handle's not as long as some other knives, so that's going to be right at your palm when you turn it around. But I just didn't want it to be sharp. I just kind of wanted it to nest in there.
Right.
You know, I wanted something on the bottom there that I could scrape bark with, and not having to use the spine of my knife as much as I love doing that. I also like having polished edges, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice, man. Show the gang on the camera. Yeah. Show the YouTube gang.
Really shiny. RWL34 stainless steel.
Shane's new blade that he designed.
Yeah, he just, you know, I kind of was like, this is the thickness that I want to work with. I want something a little more stout that I'm used to, and you know, if you want to polish it up and make it look nice, great. He was like, well, polished edge is easier for RWL34, and he just kind of ran off with it, man. Everything that could be polished, he did on it. I'm sure it's not going to stay like that, but the material is ironwood and G10.
Ironwood G10 with white liners?
Yep, G10, just so if I do have to, God forbid, beat it through something, hopefully, you know, the G10 will stay in peace more than the ironwood would.
Very nice.
Yeah, he did a very, very good attention to detail.
Yep, that's a great blade. There's the maker's mark. What's his name?
I forget. Adrian Eldridge, I think.
There it is.
Yeah, small company, really small company. Again, I found him on Instagram. I don't even know if he has a website or not, but he makes knives and he does it consistently.
Well, if you're looking for a good one-off in the UK, or I mean, we're in the US and he bought this. Check him out. Very cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was stoked to have it.
Right on. So I've got my pot over the fire, and we're gonna do some work. Well, that's slowly simmering. All right, I think I hear some bubbling. Are you bubbling in there? Oh yes. Oh, she is. Oh my. Oh baby.
That bullion cube definitely broke down, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Where's that spoon at? Oops. Dude, my teeth froze to the rock, and it's ice inside.
Yep.
It's amazing.
It is cold, man. It's like 4 degrees out.
Yep. Work the ice off of it. Oh man.
Yeah, it looks perfect.
Right?
Yeah, anytime I make soup that I don't want to reheat, I'll make it a little watery, so when I reheat it the second and third time, it doesn't reduce too much.
Yep. My wife does the same thing. She makes a big pot of this.
Oh,
like
yeah,
a big
crock
lobster pot.
Oh, okay.
Huge.
Yeah.
Lobster pot size. If she fills it up like 80%.
Freeze it?
Nope. Keeps it in the fridge. We eat it all week.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's usually what I do, but I'll take and freeze a little bit. Especially if you wait until it gets to room temp, you can actually throw it in freezer bags.
Yeah. She has like some lobster bisque and stuff in the freezer and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But
Awesome.
But this, she makes this once a week, and I usually get a good 3-4 days out of it.
Yeah.
This was the last of that batch, which is good because there's all the stuff at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
the real good stuff.
All happy together and.
Yep, totally. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, so me and Shane just brought that log right there to camp. We're just hanging out with the other camp, which is over in that direction right there. There's a path. You might recognize that from my Wiki Up video. I don't know. But the old camp is over there. This is my new camp. So we're just kind of salvaging, you know, what we can from the other one. Well, when I started my Wiki Up, I had it. So one of the students in the film class, he helped me film it. That's why I was able to get shots of me like walking and me and Malcolm doing things, and like it was moving shots and just like on a tripod.
Do you want to come over and do it?
Huh?
Do you want to come like walk over and pick it up and put it over? Or do you want to just do it from right here?
No, we're right now. Alright. So maybe like this. There it is. Nice. Whoa! Oh my god, I almost just died. Alright, move this tripod out of the way and all that, of course. Right on.
Looks good.
Not too bad. We should move this side back a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
A little too close to the fire.
Yeah. You think it's too far if we put it right up against that this rock for a little support?
Yeah, that might be good. Yeah.
You like that angle though? Scooch it all back?
I'll move mine back. It'll be more square, I guess. Not like that. Right on.
Seat with a coffee table.
Exactly. Cool, so we'll angle this to match that angle. We have a longer one. Is this the second longest one?
That's the second longest, man.
Okay.
You could probably find one, but
Yeah, I don't want to. Something like that, really. Come towards me and angle it. Oh, sorry. Cool. I can eat that soup, man.
yeah, for sure.
What'd you bring to eat?
I got all kinds. I got bacon. I got
Look it up, dude.
yeah, I got bacon. I got cheesy crackers. I got apples and lights, whatever.
Cool. Lincoln Logs. Yeah, let's do another one here. We need another foot though, don't we? We can use this right here.
Yeah.
What's that?
If we use that big one and this small one, we can use that lip to put it on the bigger one, though.
Yeah.
Think it'll stay? Think it'll hold? We'll find out. It's a good piece, man.
There's a hole, there's a hill. We might have to put the thick one down the bottom. And we could use the thin one up
Put
top.
this lip on that.
You can try that too. Yeah, let's do that. You doing that by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, I'll grab this.
Gotcha.
I also have that other log I can buck in half. Alright, so we're trying to have a walkway right? Maybe we should go over more. So we can still access.
You know. We can move this back a little bit too. What if you pull that side too, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna just move the rock first. Hopefully.
Another rock.
Yeah. That needs to be whacked. There it is. Oh, that sucks.
Move that one.
Yeah, let's just grab the bottom and just slide it.
Yeah, because you'll be able to walk in now, right?
There, yeah.
Do you want to lock this guy in half?
Yeah, I guess I'll go cut that in half. I'll quickly find something.
I'm gonna cut this off, but you could probably climb it out. Just put your cup on it.
I'll just use that as a single foot, maybe.
Yeah.
2 feet. Done. Yeah, I'll grab that. Damn. We're kind of ending up with the same pattern anyways, huh?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we'll rotate it. And we're like, no, not really. Like, whatever. Let's play it by ear. Yeah, I was just trying to get, like, the way in to not be angled. Right. I want it to be straight. Based off of this, you know? But that rock is kind of in the way for that.
Yeah.
Once we had that end of the rock, it would kind of be off center.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Right on. So we should put this on the larger one.
Yeah.
Pick it up. Oh, this is gonna go down.
Oh, gotcha.
Think it's a hole instead of wood?
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Oh, we'll try it.
Yeah.
We'll sit on it. Feels garbage, then we won't. Okay, that's terrible.
Yeah, it looks a little wonky.
I don't know. It's still kind of flat though. Let's see. See what happens. Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's breaking.
That's gonna break.
We could try that longer one, but it's not really that straight. Or we could just shorten these a little bit.
That's wicked strong.
Yeah, I guess that answers that.
Yep. There it is. It's actually a pretty good looking seat.
Yeah.
With that, the contour?
Yeah. Nice and high.
Yeah. Alright. This needs to go.
Here, we'll cut it.
No worries.
Super strong.
Cool. 4 benches now. food, man.
I pulled off that pizza to get a little fire going.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I haven't put my spoon back in. Is that in my mouth?
Yeah.
You have a cup or something? I'll pour
I got a spoon.
Or a spoon or whatever. I can pour you something. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna throw it back over the fire to get it hot enough to eat. Eat all of it, it'll be cold by the end. So try that on the side.
Thigh meat, for sure.
Oh yeah, that's the best. It's taken us, well, my whole life to figure that out.
good?
Yeah.
I kind of stole the idea from my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
no, you can't cook chicken. I mean, we used to do it with the whole chicken, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, my wife figured it out, man. It's all about the thigh meat, leave the skin on.
Yep.
And it is just happy days.
Yeah, that is good. It's phenomenal.
Remove that for me? I got you. Thanks. I gotta rebuild this, make a new one. Yeah, it's pretty junk now, but we just threw it together one night. Listen, I want to just kick this up to make it like super hot right before you eat it. Yeah, so yeah.
Cook this bacon.
Take it. Okay. Bacon.
I may throw it on that grate just on this.
Yep.
Or just burn that.
That's a good idea. No, put your grate, yeah, on that one. Your grate's clean.
Yeah.
Your grate can't cook all of it though, huh? Or whatever you want to cook.
No, I'll get fry 4 or 5 strips each time on it. Fire will cook this last.
Dude, if you put that grate over it, just let it
burn?
Just let it disinfect. It'll be fine.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah.
I would offer you some bread, but
Yeah, it's all good.
gluten, dude. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
This is really good. Oh yeah. You let this cook for a while too.
Yeah, she cooked that for a long time.
I can tell by the carrots.
Yep. Looks so cool with the sun hitting the field over there.
Yeah, we're getting to that kind of hour, huh?
Yep. Throw these guys on this tripod. Just so you can see what you're missing. Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Wow. Yeah, man. I've been playing games more lately, like I was saying earlier. Been getting back into that. Playing my NES again, playing some arcades. Free play. Just opened up in Rhode Island, in Providence. Place is amazing. I joined Twin Galaxies. Breaking records, dude. You know how cool that is? It blows my mind. I'm like, how did I just break a world record? Oh my goodness. It's shocking to me when it happens. Because you don't mean to do it.
Right.
Like, not every time, you know? There are times like that time where I just picked up that game, I hadn't played in a while, and I just got a really good score. And I checked the board, and I'm like, wow, that's the top. Then there are other games where I'm like, I want that top spot. And I'll play the game for like 2 weeks, hours and hours every day, and I'm like, I'm not even close. It's like, not even remotely. That person's severely gifted, and the second, and third, and fourth, and fifth. You know, I'm like, or maybe I just suck at that game. I don't know. There's some games I'm just not so good at, or they're incredibly good at. Dude, like Donkey Kong. Oh my God! You ever look at that Donkey Kong record? Robbie Lakeman just beat the record in December. and that's like the most prestigious record in the world to own. And it's I don't remember a score anymore. It was like 1.2 million and change, like 16,000 more than the last guy, West Copeland. But dude, I play that game, and if I get like 50,000, I'm like, yes, 50,000. It's like, dude, 1.2 million. It's like a record. So bad at Donkey Kong. Oh my god. The barrels like find me. When I get to like after you cycle through, and then you come back to the barrel stage, and then they add a new stage, and you come back to barrel stage, and then they add the pie factory, the cement factory, then you go to the barrel stage again. I'm so screwed at that next barrel stage. They're just at a certain speed that like Donkey Kong knows where I'm going at all times. I try to direct the barrels. You can direct them if you like go a certain direction. You can make them go down other ladders on purpose and try to group them for triple jumps and double jumps over barrels and more points. And I feel confident going in. I haven't died yet, doing good, and I lose all my men on that one board. I'm like, dude, I just got nuked, like wiped out in a single board. Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, I dig those videos, man. I really like those.
That's cool.
The arcade one was awesome. Watched that a couple times, actually.
Oh, Jay's Arcade, free play?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The quarter, I'm just like, oh, yeah,
Oh,
dude.
the
I saw
intro?
that quarter and I got fired up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, yes.
Yeah, that intro.
It's on, dude. Pick your head up. It's about to happen. Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I was really excited to get that intro. In that intro, there's like I show an arcade as I scroll to the left. That's actually Fun Spot in New Hampshire.
I gotta go there. I've heard you said it a couple times. I've never.
Yeah, that's where they have Crossbow.
Yeah.
My favorite game since I was 4 years old. I knew, but I didn't know. I knew that world records were set there and like it was a thing, it was a place or whatever, but I didn't realize it was such a big deal. That like quote my arcade, like you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
like Fun Spot has been in like documentaries and stuff, and I'm like, wait, like you guys go there too, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It was like weird for me, but now it makes me look at those games differently. Like last time I did a walkthrough of Fun Spot, a quick tour. It was like my first arcade vid, I think, and that footage is from that walk. But it's weird. Like the games seem brand new to me, even though I've looked at them my whole life. I've played them my whole life. Now that I know so much more about like the hobby, that I'm like, dude, you guys got, you know, like a 2-player gauntlet. What? That's bonkers. Like those are like the initial, because they only came in 4-player, but the 2-player was like for they put them out for tests. So it was like, you know, they put it out just to see how the game was doing before they actually made the game. It's like the prototype, you know. And FunSpot has a 2-player gauntlet, and I spoke to somebody that works for the museum. That FunSpot is actually, that part of it is actually a museum. And I asked them, and they're the one that told me that that's actually the prototype of Gauntlet that you can go and play. I'm like, dude, I like now that it's just like totally different to me. Like their road blasters in the corner. I didn't know this, but the guy posted a picture of it. This is after I left, a month later, on Instagram, of the road blasters. I'm like, yep, right on. I saw it there, you know. And then he mentions in the post that it happens to be serial number 001 road blasters, which is why it's in the museum. I was like, are you kidding me? The first one? That's just like, that's Fun Spot, dude. Like, I always went there because we used to go skiing every year, and I always went there like maybe 2 days a year. I didn't
Where'd
go
you
there
go
a lot.
skiing up that way?
I used to go to Loon.
Yep, that's right next to the
big
Lincoln Woods Trailhead.
Yep, it is.
I
Loon was.
lost it, man.
I learned at Gunstock when I was a kid, and once I was good enough, my dad started bringing us to Loon, and we used to go to Bretton Woods sometimes too. We like Bretton Woods. The glade trails are the best, where like the trails that aren't groomed and it's in the middle of the woods, they just thin the woods out and you have to like ski in between trees constantly. Those are the best trails for me. But my dad used to be ski patrol at Loon before I was born. Back in like 77, 78, something like that. So he knows a lot about the place. He knows, like, he showed us like a couple secret trails people don't know about that only the ski patrol use for shortcuts and stuff. If somebody's hurt, try to get to a place faster, things like that. It's pretty cool. I kind of grew up on that mountain too. But Gunstock was like my earliest memory skiing. I remember taking like when I was 4, 5, 6 years old, taking the class. I can't think of what it's called right now, but they had like a little kids class, you know, just to get started. And so my dad would have us do that until noon, and then he would teach us from noon until 4 o'clock when we left.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, I'm no good, man. I snowboard, but I'm not good at it. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
I've been skiing for this is my 35th winter skiing.
Wild.
Yeah. It's fun.
What's that grease fire?
Yeah, man. So I have a line on a crossbow. I'm hoping to get it, man.
Go for it.
You know how sick that'd be? My pole position too that I have, and a crossbow right next to it. Oh my goodness. And then like an upright Star Wars. The cockpit wouldn't fit my basement, but that'd be sick. Dude, when I moved out of my dad's house, I almost bought a cockpit Star Wars. It's $1,200.
How big is that though? It's like 10 foot by 6 foot by 8 foot.
It's like from here to that bench, almost. They're pretty big. Free Play has one.
Because the seats lean pretty far back too.
Fun spot too. Yeah, they're pretty big. Yeah, dude. I mean, I literally was like, I looked at it, looked at the price, decided. You know, I almost bought it, but I was moving out of my dad's house, going into my first apartment. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I need Star Wars. Like, I'm on my own. I'm buying arcade games or whatever. And then I really thought about it, and I was looking at the ridiculously massive cabinet. It was like, you know, I'm like, you know, it kind of felt like moving a pool table or something. It was just so big. I'm like, oh man, I don't know. So I didn't do it. Bummer. I would love to have a Star Wars this whole time. That was like 17 years ago now or something.
I'm really surprised I haven't lost one of these pieces of bacon right now.
Dude, you're doing beautiful on that. Can you guys see that? The expert bacon cooking going on?
Yeah, aka grease fire.
The grease fire bacon?
Yeah,
no,
the
dude, you're doing
professional
fantastic.
grease fire.
No.
Oh yeah. Yep. Just in case you ever get a grease fire in your home, don't put it out with water.
I tried that once. It didn't work out too good.
You know, you're gonna want to immediately not do that.
Yep. The fire almost hit the ceiling.
That's what's happening right here. That's not wood burning. Leather gloves helps.
Yep.
The battery out, poured water. Like, oh crap.
You open your GoPro case?
Open my GoPro case.
Water came out?
And the battery cover.
What
Took
was
the
it from?
battery out.
I went down a water slide?
I was in Franconia Falls.
Oh,
in the
okay.
middle of the Pemigewasset.
Yeah.
And they have a natural water slide where you can literally sit on a 3-foot trough in the middle of granite and slide down in the middle of the river and slide down into a pool.
Diana's Baths?
Something like, no, it's Franconia Falls. It could be like a specific one, but it's in Franconia Falls.
Which is I think where Diana's is, right near the Coney or something, right?
Yep.
Oh, no.
It's right near Black Pond. It's like a mile from Black Pond.
I think I've been to that.
Yeah.
Is that where the Diana's Baths is? Maybe. Anyways.
So I did that, and doing that, I cracked the case. I just like hit a rock or something.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
So did you lose all your...
No, that's what I was gonna say. I actually got all the footage.
Wow.
Yeah. Very surprising.
Wow. That's nuts. I used to GoPro in Canada filming alone, and I had a net set up with 2 posts to try to catch salmon going up and down this inlet of this river, right? And so at low tide I went out there right next to where the river took a turn to go right up in from the sound, and I strapped a GoPro to the upright.
No way. Underwater?
Yeah. Hoping, and I just had it on all night, hoping it would get footage of like a fish getting caught in the gill net overnight. Can you imagine that shot?
Something they probably wouldn't use. They're like, no.
I told the producer about it after. He was like, dude, why didn't that shot happen?
Doesn't look depraved enough.
Well, the reason why it didn't work is because when I went to check, the GoPro said footage corrupted.
Yep, I've gotten that before, man. Never got it with the $100 SJ cam. I've gotten it like 3 or 4. I just did a small review of the Vargo Ultimate Fire Starter. It's got the ferro rod and the pocket bellows.
Yep.
I think that thing's cool. You know, it's like it works, especially when you're messing around with fire. But so I did like a little review of that, like 4 or 5 minutes. You know, it's like my buddy was telling me, you know, just mess around with it, do stuff. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like grabbing stuff out of my gear drawer.
Right.
Like, oh, I'll check out this. Did like a 4-minute video. Probably shot it 2 or 3 times, but it only ended up being a 4-minute video.
Yep.
Go back out to my kitchen to plug it back in because it died. Plug it back in, corrupted file. Like, no.
Yeah, dude, I was so bummed out.
You want to leave these cans here, Mitch, or what?
How many do you have, you said?
I have 4 little cans. I mean, I have a ton in my car, but I brought in 4 little cans in a Red Bull can.
Let's hang them up, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
They're just little cans, but I think they'll be better targets because the cans are harder than regular soda cans.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, dude. I mean, like I'm filming for TV, dude. I can't have like a critical failure like that. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, oh, such an epic shot. Go on. You know. I never did get a shot of a fish getting caught in the net.
No, they only caught you catching like 1 fish. They only showed you catching like 1 fish anyway.
Dude, I caught like a dozen fish. I ate fish every day. I ate half.
That's why you only lost 8 pounds.
No, I probably lost about 12 pounds. If I had to be, you know, maybe even 15, I'll even say, but I think it was like 12 pounds actually. But yeah, I ate fish every day, half a fish. So
that's still a lot. I mean, how big was that salmon? 3 pounds? 4 pounds?
Dude, that thing was like.
How long?
The biggest fish I ever caught in my life. Way bigger than that.
Probably bigger than any fish. Oh yeah.
It was this long, dude.
That's
its head.
That's a 10-pound salmon.
Its head was this, dude. When I cross
No,
sectioned
that's probably a 15-pound salmon.
Dude, it was solid.
That would be dude. That's
monster.
like a bucket list fish for me.
Dude, it was. And on my my YouTube channel, if you scroll down far enough, there's like a picture of me holding it at night or whatever, and it's like footage of me cooking it. I think that I ended up scheming off like the broadcast.
Yeah.
Then I made a little like native survival video out of it. I think I even put like my own intro on and stuff. But whatever, man. The producer told me to go ahead and do it. He even gave me some footage, and he was like, "Dude, use this. Like, make videos with my footage. You know, take it." I'm like, "Cool." So I did a little extra too, but dude, the biggest fish I ever caught in my life. I don't know how many pounds it was, but it was huge. I ate that thing for 5 days.
Yeah, it's like a 10-15 pound fish.
5 days, bro. Imagine. I cooked it to make sure.
I can't imagine.
I panassed it. Dude, the stick was like creaking because trying to hold all that weight up. And when it was panassed, it was like, you know, a big fish sail. It was this long. And it was this wide of meat. And it was like this thick hanging off the stick, dude. It was like 2.5 inches hanging down, just like bowing like in the wind, you know? It was so epic, man. Oh, it was crazy. But anyways, yeah, so I caught that, ate that for 5 days. But what I would do is I caught a ton of hornpout. I caught so much hornpout.
Good meat. Oh, I didn't know that.
My favorite. Dude, like every other day I caught hornpout on my trot lines.
Well, yeah, because you're fishing basically passive off the bottom, essentially.
Exactly. Right? Totally. I ended up getting a, I'll get to that in a minute, but, so I got a lot of hornpout. And so what I would do is, I would fillet it, and you have to fillet a pout a certain way, so you actually get 4 fillets. You get 2 fillets.
2 backs and 2 sides.
Exactly, 2 backs and 2 sides. And so, I would eat 2. I eat one side, one whole, you know, one back and one side. Yeah, I couldn't do anything with the cheeks; they're too small.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
how big?
Huh?
How big was the hornpout?
They're probably that fat.
So maybe.
That long, exactly. Yep. Maybe 13 inches or so.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd catch one of those every other day, and I'd eat half of it, and then the next day, and I almost never caught a fish the next day. It just worked out. I ate the other half, you know, and every day I'd go out, I'd also collect a big bag. Like we had a camera bag, Monfrado. So actually, I bought the same tripod that I'm using now. Like that's actually my alone rig. I bought the same tripod when I came home, the same camera. That's it, dude. Isn't it ridiculous, right? Same microphone, everything. Anyway, so they gave us the bag with that, which like blew my mind that they would give me, and it even had rope on it, so you could like carry it, where it's like, you know, the company's slogan basically, that you can like bring their tripod anywhere because it breaks down to like almost, you know, pocket size, right? But they gave me the bag too, so I was like, dude, this is like a haversack.
Yeah.
So I used to go to the beach every day. I found multiple areas, but I found eventually, over weeks and weeks, I found the best area, and I used to collect blue mussels. Go there, collect mussels, and I'd fill that bag up. I mean, that bag was like this long, and it's about that wide, right? It's about that long. I'd fill it up halfway every single day. So I'd eat half a bag. Now, the number, they'll be about this size. 60 a day, probably.
Oh, I didn't know you could eat the mussels out there.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I checked. There was no red tide. Paralytic shellfish poisoning. PSP. It wasn't active. The producer checked for us as well. It wasn't active. We were totally good to go. So I eat about 40 to 60 mussels a day and half a fish.
So you're eating good.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, as good as you can.
Considering. Dude, this, oh man, if I would have had a 22 or even a pellet gun, I could have eaten, I could have added duck or geese to that every
Yeah,
single day.
a lot of people were saying there was nothing out there to shoot.
Dude, I saw, oh man, I saw probably 100 ducks a day, because they would park right out on my side of the sound. But then once it got really cold and there was ice, my side was in the shade all day. The other side was in the sun, then they all went to the other side. But for half the time I was out there, a good 30 days or so, it was just ducks all day. And I tried shooting at them sometimes. There was one time I stalked like...
Oh, with an arrow?
Oh yeah. One time I stalked up to maybe 20 yards from geese. Like wild geese, dude. Not a like golf, you know, they're not on like the tee box or the golf green. We can walk right up to them. Wild geese, dude. Where they spook 100 yards away. I got mad close, but it was pouring every single day, and I have feather fletchings, obviously, so my arrow never flew properly once. I couldn't shoot anything with that. Drove me crazy.
You gonna grab a couple pieces of bacon, or you good?
Yeah, I'll grab one.
All those ones. There's like a little chunky one in there, but there's some nice crispy ones. Grab all that, man, because all I got left is
right there.
What's there.
But I wouldn't dream of going there without a bow.
Really?
I got a lot of comments. People like, why'd you bring a bow? What a waste of an item. Really, that's surprising, because there's not a lot of firearms at all, or traps, or anything like that. Traps don't even really matter.
Right.
And this is why.
There's nothing.
Nothing to trap, but beside all that, I'm surrounded by bear, where I see shoot up salmon 20 yards from where I'm sleeping.
Did you take it?
Like, if I'm sleeping there, there's chewed up salmon at that log. He walked right past me every day because I was that close to the beach line. Wolf, same thing. Mountain lion, same thing. Mountain lion came closer. My wife. Okay. Right on. But, yeah, dude, bears mad close. Wolves.
Wolves?
Wolves. Yes, wolf. I saw one. I locked eyes with a wolf. I'll get to that story after, but man, there's so much. I could just sit here all day. But what were we saying? I don't know. Bears. Oh yeah, the bow. Why would I bring a bow? Because I have lethal power. Because if a bear walks into my camp, I had my bow strung up, leaned up against a tree, within arm's reach at all times, like 6 feet away from me max. I can take a step over, shoot that thing right in the chest, right in the brisket. Bam! Grab another arrow sitting there.
he's probably gonna run off somewhere because I just shot him and just, you know, point blank range with an arrow. If I don't have an arrow with me to shoot a bear and it walks into camp, what am I gonna use? My knife? What am I gonna use? The flare they gave me? Oh yeah, sure. Or I'd rather
use a knife that closer.
Yeah, yeah. With a bear, dude, you die. Like they'll decapitate you. Like, what are you thinking? You know? So.
Even a mountain lion.
Yeah, that lion spooked me out.
That's something that if you see it, it wants you to see it. It was like, hey, check me out.
No, actually, you think so, but I surprised it.
Did you really?
It was getting closer. Doing this, dude. Doing this.
Oh my God.
Sleeking, and it was like, no shit, dude. Here to that tree away from me, probably right there. That one right there. And I'm right here with my headlamp, messing around, getting ready to go to bed soon, organizing things, and I just do this, and there's a lion right there stalking up on me, like, and he's like, oh, he sees me, and he jumps away that way, and in the darkness of my headlamp, and I can't see him, and I'm like, I turn around, and I still don't see him, and I haven't heard him yet. What, dude?
You almost got tagged is what happened.
I almost just died.
You almost got tagged.
That's no joke. I almost just died.
Tag, you're it.
Wow. And then, I find out where his trail was. He had an opening about this tall. Do you know how like the rabbit openings on trails are real low? Dude, his was like waist high. And because he was tall when he's walking, his shoulders were like.
Oh, that thing was coming up to grab you by the neck and run off with you.
Yeah, he was gonna kill me for sure.
Oh my God.
Dude, yeah. And
what would they have done if that happened?
What would I have done?
What would they have done? Like a History Channel.
I don't know.
Exercise their liability statement, basically being like he signed his life away.
Yeah.
Shut the show down.
Absolutely.
Apologize to your wife. Jesus, man.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
You know what's messed up? The producer, who I'm still friends with, before we went out, he said, because we were there a couple days, like a week before they released us in the wild, you know, just to make sure we know how to use the camera equipment and whatever. And so he's like, okay, now if anyone gets attacked by a bear or a lion or a wolf or anything, don't worry about filming. You know, just try to stay safe, try to keep yourself safe, but try to film it. He's like, I'm not gonna go on record to say I want you to film yourself as you get eaten or as you try to not get eaten.
But film it.
But still film it. It was amazing, dude. I'm like, dude, you're ruthless. He's like, well, think of it as a lasting parting gift to your family. At least they get to see you one last time. I'm like, dude, you're savage. Like, that's unbelievable. He's like, yeah, just film it. It was amazing. I'm not telling you to film it, but film it.
I'm not telling you to die on camera, but die on camera.
Yeah, but make sure you film it though. You know.
I'm not gonna say that you should die.
It'd be really sad if you died. It'd be more sad if you weren't filming at the same time.
If you had no proof of your death, I need closure. You would like some closure in the form of edited footage. Thank you.
Preferably multiple angles. They give us more than one camera to always have two at a time. But yeah, the wolf. I was sitting on the beach, low tide, or else I would have been underwater, and I was really bummed out because I hadn't seen the sun in over a month. Like, real. Haven't actually seen it. No light source. Overcast.
For how long?
A month. And it like freaked me out. I just was like, I need to see the sun, dude. This is just crazy, you know? And so I just hadn't seen the sun in so long. And all of a sudden, the sun showed up one day at like maybe 3 o'clock. My campus here, it was right there, just over the tree line. About 6 inches above the tree line. And I saw the actual sun. I could see the circle of it and everything. And everything lit up. I was like, oh my God. So I ran out there. I brought a rock with me. Dropped it down so I could sit on it. Instead of sitting on the wet grass. That's the seaweed and stuff that's always underneath the water. And I was sitting there like Indian style on this little rock, just facing the sun. I was just like
Vitamin D,
warmth.
man.
Feeling the, yeah, dude, vitamin D, feeling the warmth for the first time. Been a long time. And it only shut up for an hour, but I was sitting there enjoying it. And then this duck over here to my side was talking to me. You know, he's giving me the alarm call. It's just me and him. There's nobody else here. He's talking to me. There's nobody else here. No other ducks, nothing. So I know. So I look at him. I'm like, when you're out there that long, that's the level you're at. I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you trying to tell me about? And he's still doing it. I'm like, dude, it's just me and you, man. And I look over and there's a wolf staring at me, right past the tree line. And he's kind of doing one of these things. He's low, and he's looking at me, and he sniffs, trying to get me. And, you know, and he goes. He takes a single step towards me, but he doesn't lean his weight forward yet. He takes a single step, start coming towards me. Dude, I get up. I put my axe, the same axe. I put my axe on my shoulder. And I'm just like, what's up, guy? All of a sudden, balls in my feet. I'm just like, I'm just staring at him, you know what I mean? Like, I will eat you tonight, bro. Like, really? Like, we're equals here. We're both powerful. We're both killers. And I got no problem right now with my axe going toe-to-toe with you. I'm totally cool with that. You're a dog. Like, I used to have a German Shepherd. Looks just like you, except you're more gray.
Yeah.
No problem, dude. I would kill you with my knife if I had to. And he kind of looked at me. He stood up a little straighter, sniffed, and went just like this. Turned his head down and went back to the trail he was following and just went down the beach. And I'm sitting there trying to get the camera on. I had just done like an hour long talking to the camera like, you know, oh, I haven't seen the sun in so long. I'm so glad it's finally here. Like, like whatever. Stress fest, you know? And for the first time in my life, dude, while I'm like still sitting down before he walked towards me, I got him in frame. Dude, busting up. Perfectly in frame, HD 1080, see his hair ruffling in the breeze in the now sun that exists, right? Magic, you know, National Geographic stuff. I press record and it says memory card full. First time in my life that has ever happened where a card was full and I went to use it. I couldn't believe it. So while I'm staring at him before I stood up, I went to the screen and just did like erase the last file, which is me talking for an hour, and just like press record again already, you know, trying to get it like good to go. And then that's when I saw that he like looked at me and stepped towards me. Probably because he saw me fidgeting and probably thought I was nervous and scared of him or something. But I was just trying to get the camera going. So I destroyed that file. And then when I pressed record, he was already like, well, I'm gonna come after you or whatever. And he already moved because he started shifting. And I had it zoomed in so far that the footage was just junk. And then I got him to walk away. I pick up the camera, and instead of just using the tripod and getting a nice like clean shot of him leaving or something, of like zooming past him, and then hitting record and letting him like trot into frame and out of frame, something I would think of to do now. I like picked it up on the tripod and tried to like record him walking. I don't know, I was just out of my mind. And like, I looked at the footage after, and it was like the worst footage of my life. I'm like, I could have just had wolf footage.
Oh man, it's terrifying. It's also like not the wolf that you see, it's the one that you don't, you know?
Yeah. I think he was a loner though.
You know? Really?
Yeah, because he sang to me one night, and it was only one. There's another cool story. Day 4 or 5, after I finally found water, and then I caught my fish, that first salmon, that big monster one we were talking about.
That was your first fish?
Yeah.
Your PB is your first fish?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Personal best fish ever. First fish on Vancouver Island.
Exactly. First one. All of a sudden, I'm in my bed, getting comfortable, you know, in my bedroll, and a wolf, pretty close to me, from here to the wiki, so it's, I don't know, 30 feet max, starts howling right there, dude, like full blast. He came all the way to my camp from the mountains or wherever he was, and he sang right beside me. It just blew my mind, dude. He must have heard me singing, you know, a half hour earlier, came down and sang to me.
He's
and that
like,
just,
man, I know this song somehow.
Yeah, dude. Like his blood like heard it before, you know, hundreds of years earlier or something, you know. It just
was such a amazing experience to have a wolf sing to me after I had just sung the traditional music of that land. It's just crazy how cool that place is. The elders were very nice to me. They really like warmed up to me like more than I expected at all. More than any other person that was on the show. One of the elders gave me a shirt. He was the artist. To them, canoe and art are the two biggest things. He was both. He was the last canoe builder, and he was the artist of the tribe. Because they make all their totems and everything. Art is everything to them. On their paddles, on the walls of their houses. So cool. And he gave me a red shirt. You might have seen me wear it. It's a red shirt, and it has a circle on it with a thunderbird in a very like stylized way, but drawn in the traditional way. Almost like a modern take. And his name was Stan. He did that. He gave it to me as a gift. Because the greatest compliment that they can give is they give gifts to people. The richest chief, the most powerful person in a tribe possible was the person who could give the most things away. The most gifts. Potlatch. Usually it was the chief. He had more than anything else. But, yeah.
You want this last piece?
So I made a spoon while I was there. Did I ever show you that picture of the spoon I got?
Yeah. In the bowl, right?
No, the bowl was for my wife. It's funny, none of this made the show. The spoon I gave to him. I couldn't meet him in person because they're all, you know, secret with the show and whatever. And I don't know. Because then he might talk to someone and say, "Oh, I know Mitch made it this long, anyways," because he visited me. And, whatever.
So what'd you do when you came home?
So I gave the bowl to my wife. I kept the spoon. No, I gave him the spoon. I tried to keep the river otter hide. I mean, sea otter hide, but the game and fish people were freaking out over it, I guess, and they wanted to do paperwork first and blah blah blah, and I wasn't gonna be there. It was gonna take a couple weeks and before I could take a fur-bearing hide like that out of the country. And I got an email 2 weeks later letting me know that it completely it rotted completely and they had to throw it away. I'm like, dude, I had that thing salted like a maniac. I salted it for 2 or 3 nights before I left for the airport because they put me in a little cabin for a couple nights. I had to talk to a psychologist. I had to eat normal food again. They had to like, you know, it gives me a place to like shower, and they had to like make sure I was ready to go back to society, you know, talk to a psychologist, whatever, on the phone. And so I had that thing. I was scraping it and everything. Like I had the thing on the counter, and I bought a bunch of salt. Well, actually, I had the production assistant buy, the same girl, buy a bunch of salt for me, and I was salting it up. Dude, that thing was so. I have a picture of it. I'll have to show you sometime. Dude, the thing was huge. I tried taking that, I couldn't.
You found it, right?
Hmm?
You found it? Like
What?
you found the dead otter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it. So, yeah, so I took the bowl home for my wife. I gave him the spoon. I also made a plank that I inscribed, like, Quatsino Thunderbird's Haven, or something like that. Quatsino Sound, Thunderbird's Haven. And on that split piece of wood, which was from my campsite, I brought it with me. I put it in my backpack because I had already started it for him. That gift was already, dude, when I split it, in the grain was a Thunderbird already in the grain.
Oh shit.
I didn't have to even do anything. Like if you look at it a certain way, like very easily, like inside where the coloring of a heartwood from a branch, and it gave me goosebumps, dude. I couldn't believe it. So I oiled that up with sunflower oil from the supermarket after I carved it all up and stuff, and I gave that to production to give them too.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they let you take it.
Take what?
The spoon. and all the wood and everything.
It's in my backpack. What do you mean? They don't know anything.
Oh, okay.
Like when I left the woods, like I just like jumped in a boat and
They didn't like check your shit?
drove for 3 hours on logging roads to get back to town. That's how far in we were. They had to take a plane to drop me off the first time. But it was the middle of the night. And when I called them to let them know I wanted to leave, they're like, right now? Like, can you wait till the morning? I'm like, no, right now, dude.
You want this last piece of bacon?
Nah, it's all yours. He's like, all right, I'll be there in almost 4 hours. Okay.
Jesus.
So if something went wrong, I had a long time to wait for help. They gave me a little gun with blanks, just like a cap gun kind of.
Yeah.
Not even really a gun. It's just kind of you pull the little lever to try to scare bears off as if you're shooting at them. So I was so far out that they were kind of worried. You've been ice fishing a lot, huh?
Yeah, man. And just fishing a lot, you know. Ice fishing just definitely, you know, it's cool. I enjoy it, and I try not to use. I don't like using live bait unless I'm ice fishing, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoy it a lot. It's definitely a good skill to have, I think, in terms of not necessarily survival, but just a good skill to have, you know. If I was in an area where it's safer to eat the fish, I'd be taking fish home, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much does a trout cost at a grocery store? $13 or something, you know.
Right. You can even find trout.
You can take 5 a day in Massachusetts.
Yeah. And it's wild.
Yeah.
All that stuff is farmed in the store.
Yeah.
Nasty. So nasty, dude. Like living in tanks like aquariums. You don't want to eat that anyways.
Some of the trout in some of the ponds around here are stocked, but it's a different process, you know. They just
A lot of them are.
Yeah, they just get them to the size where you can take them, you know. But I wouldn't take a fresh release, you know.
No. In Vancouver, they microchip them too.
Really?
He told us what to look for. So we had a meeting with the head of Game and Fish, and he was like telling us how they clip off.
Yep. The
like,
tail.
Yeah, they clip off like a angle, you know, to look for on the fin on the.
The tail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is around here too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
I think
the wild brookies, it looks like almost like a feather, you know. It's like.
Yeah, it wasn't on the tail though. It was on top. For the salmon he was talking about. There's I think it was the top. They cut out like a triangle, take an angle out of it. I don't know. Freaked me out. Yeah. Like, dude, it has a microchip in its head. He's like, yeah, don't eat that. You can eat the rest of it. It's fine. Just don't eat the head, and definitely cut the head off before you cook it in a stew or something. And don't cook the head in a stew. You know, you don't want to cook a microchip and eat it after. And
Yeah.
he's like, you'll swallow it.
Like,
Not
just
even.
try to avoid eating the computer part of it.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a PCB in that fish.
Yeah.
Like, can we not be eating circuit boards, please? Like, that was kind of wild.
Jesus.
Just hanging out, guys, having fun. You know how it is. All right, you do this too. Hey, so where do you want to put this like shooting lane? What do you think?
I would think somewhere where no one's gonna walk,
Right.
just so there's no confusion, where no one's gonna set up.
Right.
Maybe somewhere with some sight, so that away from a good amount of trees, so you don't have shots that are wild, plinking around.
Right.
Maybe an area that's got a backing. You know, that's got kind of like a natural hill behind it.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I want it to be close enough so like we can kind of do it from the living room.
Yeah. Well, what about off that way? It seems to drop off down there. I'm sure there's nothing back there that you're gonna hit, but there's not a ton of trees that I think you're gonna hit that will ricochet something back, essentially.
Yeah, there is kind of a berm back there.
Yeah, and it's like a nice open lane anyway.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of a narrow. You could probably run a ridge line.
Yep. That might work. Cool. Let's do it.